I'm a guy that has tried to ingrain myself in this community because I fell in love with it, and I've realized that past my career, I have a very, very good chance of wanting to live here. I built a house here because I just fell in love with it. I started a business here. I love the people here. They're unbelievable fans. But by no means am I bigger than it. I just find that, some guys get out in the community in different ways. I just think that, my love for this community has made me, maybe at the forefront of that, but not by any means bigger.
Did you hear or see the comments that Kevin Weeks made a while back on ESPN's radio or ESPN's podcast when he talked about his life in hockey and just basically kind of going through some issues of being a black hockey player? And if you have had any instances in your life that you could share?
I've experienced a little bit. When I was younger, I've had the N-bomb thrown at me 1, 2, 3 times. I think there was one in junior it happened. But when I was younger, I always had the stance of, if you're going to call me that, you got to live with yourself. Like that's your problem, not mine. But when you're younger, you don't realize that that's such a big issue around the world. It's not just that one little isolated incident. And so, looking back on it now, it probably was a bigger deal than I made it. What was your second question? Why don't not a lot of black people in the sport? I mean, it's a pretty simple answer. Hockey is the most expensive sport to play. And, if you go into a lot of these black communities, first of all, there aren't hockey rinks there. Nobody builds hockey rinks in black communities. They put up basketball nets, they put up football fields, and it's easier to get to. You buy basketball, you go to the basketball court outside, and you're practicing right there. You go get a football, you run on the field, and get a couple of buddies. But for hockey, you got to have a rink in your community. You got to pay, a couple $1,000s a year because kids grow quick. They're outgrowing that equipment. And so it's tough. It's tough on parents, not just in black communities. It's tough on any community or any parent that's trying to put their kids through school. So, to get more black people involved in the sport, you got to bring the sport to them. We got to build rinks in their communities. We got to donate some equipment. You got to bring these black athletes to those communities because, it's fine if if you're a white guy and a white athlete, white hockey player, and you can walk into these black communities and you go play ball hockey with a bunch of black kids. That's fine. But those kids want to see people that look more like them. They want to see me walk in there and wearing Jordans and be like, hey, you wear Jordans, I wear Jordans. Hey, you dress like that, I dress like that. Oh, you got earrings in your ears? Well, I don't, people told me I shouldn't wear earrings, but you know what I mean? They want to see people that look like them. That kind of brings them a little bit close to the sport. And those are the things that, the NHL, that individual franchises, individual teams need to do to bring different cultures into the sport.